I turned 76 last month and something strange happened. My neighbor Janet, she's 69, knocked on my door holding a grocery list like it was a math test. Her cheeks were flushed, not from walking, from frustration. "Margaret," she said, "can you help me figure out which one is the low-sodium soup? They all look the same." We stood there in the hallway. Same labels, same tiny print, same choices. And I watched her brain do something I've seen 1,000 times. It didn't forget. It didn't fail. It hesitated, then retreated, like a hand touching a hot stove. She started guessing. Then she got angry at herself for guessing. Then she joked to hide the fear. "Look at me," she laughed. "I'm losing it." That's the part that hit me, not her confusion, her assumption that confusion equals the beginning of the end. Meanwhile, my mind stayed steady. I didn't feel fuzzy. I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt clear. That moment made me realize something I'd been noticing for months. I'm not aging the way everyone else seems to be. My name is Margaret Chen. I worked as a physical therapist for 43 years before I retired. I spent decades watching bodies heal and watching minds quietly fade when nobody was paying attention. And what I'm about to say might upset some people, but it needs to be said. Most folks between 65 and 85 believe mental decline is normal. It's not. What's common is not the same as what's healthy. There are 5 daily things, simple, ordinary, almost boring, that predict whether your mind keeps its speed, its memory, its sharp edges. If you still do these 5 things every day, your mind is aging slower than most, not because you're lucky, not because you have good genes, because you're feeding the brain what it actually runs on. But here's the catch. These 5 habits don't always feel good. They feel inconvenient. They feel unnecessary. They feel like effort. And that's exactly why most people stop doing them. They choose comfort. They choose ease. They choose, "I'll do it later." And later becomes never. I see it everywhere. At the pharmacy, in the park, at family dinners where someone repeats the same story 3 times and nobody knows whether to laugh or worry. People my age who look like their thoughts are trapped behind glass. People 10 years younger who can't follow a conversation without getting irritated. What separates us isn't intelligence. It's what we do every day when nobody is watching. Let me tell you about my sister, Patricia. She's 79, 3 years older than me. Last winter, she pulled me aside in the kitchen and whispered like she was confessing something shameful. "Margaret," she said, "how do you remember names? How do you still drive at night? I feel like my brain is shrinking." Her hands were trembling, not from cold, from fatigue, mental fatigue. So I watched her day. She wakes up and stays in bed because she doesn't want to rush. She skips water because she doesn't feel thirsty. She eats breakfast while staring at the news. She sits most of the day because standing feels unstable. And by afternoon she's exhausted, so she naps for 2 hours. Then wonders why she can't sleep at night. Everything she's doing makes perfect sense. And everything she's doing is starving her brain. Because here is the truth nobody says out loud. A healthy 70-year-old brain is not supposed to feel like a 40-year-old brain. If it does, it's often not youth. It can be numbness. It can be understimulation. It can be a brain running on low power, avoiding the work of adaptation. Healthy aging has signals: a little restlessness, a little demand for movement, a little sensitivity to timing. Those signals are your brain asking for maintenance. So today, I'm going to give you 5 things, not 5 supplements, not 5 gadgets, not 5 expensive therapies, 5 daily actions. And after each one, I'll give you a 30-second self-check you can do today, so you can stop guessing and start measuring. If you're between 65 and 85, I want you to listen like you're listening for a smoke alarm. Because this is not about fear, this is about early detection. Let's begin with the first daily thing. It's the easiest to ignore, and the most dangerous to skip. The first daily thing: you drink water before your brain begs for it. Most people think dehydration is a body problem. It's a brain problem. After 65, your thirst signal weakens. That's not a character flaw, it's physiology, so you can be dry and not know it. And a dry brain does something terrifyingly efficient. It shuts down luxury functions: word recall, mood stability, Attention, patience, short-term memory. That's why you walk into a room and forget why you went there. That's why names slip. That's why you feel strangely anxious in a quiet room, or strangely irritated in a simple conversation. Your brain isn't broken. It's conserving fluid. When I first noticed my own word-finding glitches, I panicked. I thought, here it is, the beginning. So I did what I always did as a therapist. I tracked the pattern. I realized the slips happened at the same times every day. Late morning, mid-afternoon, not random, predictable. And here's the detail most people miss. Chugging a big glass all at once doesn't solve that pattern. It often just sends you to the bathroom and gives you the illusion that you hydrated. So I changed one thing: timing. I didn't chug 8 cups. That can backfire, especially if you have kidney or heart issues. I did small amounts consistently. Here's what I do. Every 90 minutes, I take about 4 ounces, half a small cup. I sip it slowly over 5 minutes. It's not the amount, it's the rhythm. Within 2 weeks, the fog lifted. Words came back. My patience returned. My daughter asked if I started taking something new. I didn't. I started respecting my brain's fuel line. And here's the uncomfortable part. The first few days, you will feel like you're drinking too often. That discomfort is a sign your old rhythm was wrong. 30-second self-check. Right now, look at your tongue in natural light. If it looks pale and dry, that's one sign. Then press your fingertip into the skin on your shin for 2 seconds and release. If the indentation stays, you're running low. Finally, notice your mood. If you feel oddly impatient for no reason, dehydration is often the hidden reason. Micro-action. Set a gentle timer for every 90 minutes. When it rings, take 4 ounces. If you're on fluid restrictions, follow your clinician's guidance. This is education, not medical advice. Now, the second daily thing connects directly to water, because water is useless if it doesn't circulate, and circulation is how the brain receives what you drink. The second daily thing, you move on purpose when your energy drops between 2 and 4 p.m. Most seniors hit a wall. They call it age. They blame it on sleep. They blame it on lunch. But that afternoon dip is a biological rhythm. Many people experience it. Cortisol drops, body temperature dips, blood sugar drifts. Your brain doesn't want more caffeine. It wants more blood flow. Most people respond incorrectly. They sit longer, they scroll, they nap hard, they drink coffee, they push through while their mind gets slower and slower. And then they start building a story. I can't do afternoons anymore. That story is dangerous. I used to fight the dip too. I thought resting was surrender. Then I remembered something my mother did in her 90s. Every afternoon at exactly 3, she stood up and did what she called puttering. Not exercise, not a workout, just continuous gentle movement, especially with her arms at chest height or above, wiping a counter, folding clothes, reaching into cabinets, rearranging a drawer. I thought she was restless. She was brilliant. Movement above heart level helps blood return upward. It counters the pooling that happens with sitting. It wakes the nervous system without stressing it. So I copied her. 12 minutes. That's the rule. Less than 12, and the shift is small. More than 15, and some people feel drained. I set a timer. I putter. I keep my arms moving at chest height. I breathe through it. I let it be easy. Within 4 days, my afternoon brain fog stopped. Not improved, stopped. And the strangest part? My mood improved too. Because a lot of old age moodiness is just a brain running on low circulation. 30-second self-check. At 3 p.m. today, try this. Stand up, look at a clock, and count backward from 40 by threes. If you stumble more than usual, that's not you getting old. That's a low-flow moment. Your brain is telling you it needs movement. Micro-action. Pick one above-heart task. 12 minutes. Gentle pace. Then sit down again. If you have balance concerns, keep one hand on the counter. Safety first. Now the third daily thing is the one people laugh at until they feel the difference, because it's not about memory games. It's about keeping your brain flexible. The third daily thing, you force novelty. A tiny dose, every single day. If you do the same day over and over, your brain becomes efficient. Efficiency sounds good, but the brain is like a trail in the forest. The paths you use get clear, everything else grows over. That's what mental decline often looks like, not damage but narrowing. Same routes, same conversations, same foods, same chair, same TV, same thoughts. So the brain stops practicing adaptation, and adaptation is the skill you're trying to keep. Here's my daily rule. 7 minutes of novelty, not an hour, not a class. 7 minutes. I learn one new word in another language. I listen to a short history clip and retell it out loud. I try a new recipe step. I take a different walking route. I read a paragraph of something that challenges me and summarize it in my own words. 7 minutes forces your brain to map something new. And the key is the second step, retrieval. If you don't retrieve it, you don't wire it. So after my 7 minutes, I close the book or the screen and I say, out loud, what did I just learn? Sometimes I can't remember at first. That's okay. That moment of searching is the workout. It feels silly. It works. My friend Dorothy refused this. She said, I'm too old for homework. 2 years later, she told me, my days blur together. That blur is not time. It's low novelty. And here's the uncomfortable signal. Novelty can make you feel clumsy. It can make you feel slow. People hate that feeling. They escape back to comfort. But that discomfort is your brain stretching. 30-second self-check. Tonight, ask yourself, can you name one new thing you learned today? If you can't, that's not a moral failure. It's a warning sign. Your brain didn't get a reason to stay sharp. Microaction. Choose one novelty ritual, 7 minutes. Then 1 minute of recall out loud. Do it daily for 10 days and notice how your attention changes. Now, the fourth daily thing is quiet. You can do it in your kitchen, and it's one of the fastest ways to detect a mind that's slowing before it becomes obvious. The fourth daily thing. You train balance and cross-body coordination, not just strength. Most people think brain health is crossword puzzles. But as a therapist, I can tell you, your brain reveals itself in your body. Balance is not a leg skill, it's a brain skill. It's vision, inner ear, neck position, foot sensation, and the brain's ability to integrate all of it in real time. When the mind slows, balance becomes cautious. People start shuffling, they stop turning their head while walking, they avoid uneven ground, they stop looking up and around, and that avoidance shrinks the brain's map of the world. So here's what I do daily. 2 minutes of balance and 1 minute of cross-body movement. Balance. I stand near the counter. I lift one foot slightly and hold for 15 seconds. Then the other, I do it twice. That's it. Cross-body. I touch my right hand to my left knee, then switch. Slow. Controlled. 30 seconds. Then I do a simple head turn drill. I keep my eyes on a spot on the wall and turn my head left and right slowly, 5 times each side. It teaches the system not to panic when the world moves. This cross-body pattern forces communication across the brain. It's like oiling the wiring. Patricia hated this. She said it made her feel wobbly. Exactly. That wobble is your nervous system learning. If you avoid wobble forever, you end up fearing your own movement. 30-second self-check. Stand near a wall and turn your head left and right while standing still. If you feel instantly dizzy or panicky, your system is undertrained. That's common, but it's changeable. Micro-action. 2 minutes near a counter. No heroics. If you use a cane or walker, keep using it. This is about practice, not pride. Now the fifth daily thing is the one that protects sleep, mood, and memory all at once, because it creates a clean runway for your brain at night. The fifth daily thing, you protect your evening shutdown window. People think sleep problems begin at bedtime. They begin at dinner. After 65, digestion slows for many people. Stress hormones linger longer. Bright screens hit harder, and the brain becomes more sensitive to timing. So if you eat late, snack late, argue late, watch bright chaos late, your brain never gets the signal to shut down. Then you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. wide awake, and you think, I have insomnia. Often, it's not insomnia. It's a mistimed evening. Here's what I do. I eat dinner 30 minutes earlier than I used to. Then I take a 10-minute slow walk, just enough to help digestion finish. After that, I dim the lights. Not darkness, just softer. And the biggest rule, I don't feed my brain new problems after 8 p.m. No heavy news, no arguments, no doom scrolling. Instead, I do one calming repetition. I read a familiar chapter, I fold laundry, I wash dishes slowly, or I write 3 lines in a notebook. What went well today, what needs attention tomorrow, and one small thing I'm grateful for. That last part sounds corny, but it gives the brain closure. It tells your nervous system, we are safe, we can power down. When I started protecting that window, my night wake-ups dropped dramatically, and the next morning, my memory felt cleaner, like someone wiped the screen. 30-second self-check. Tonight, notice your eyes at 9 p.m. Are they dry and gritty? That's often overstimulation. Notice your jaw. Is it clenched? Notice your breathing. Is it shallow? Those are signs your brain hasn't received the shutdown signal. Micro-action. Move dinner 30 minutes earlier for 1 week. Add a 10-minute easy walk. Then choose one low-stimulation ritual after 8 p.m.